Welcome back, guys. Happy New Year from Cueie Studios. This is your host, Peter.
And I'm Rami. It's 2018, guys. We're in a new year.
New year. New excuses to do stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We have a whole 360...
5 days until...
No, it's been 3 days into the... It's actually...
No, I was saying we have a whole 365 days until the next year to have more excuses.
Not from this moment.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
From this moment.
362 days.
You are really bad at math, aren't you?
I wasn't thinking about it, alright? For some reason, I'm thinking it was the first... I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. So what did you do over the holidays?
Went on a plane for the first time, went to the West Coast, went to Las Vegas, LA, and Nevada to see the Grand Canyon. Did some gambling, won some money, lost some money.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. I do want to go back though.
To gamble or to like...
To maybe to gamble a little bit. When you're there, you kind of feel. I feel like you have to gamble. It's like kind of like I don't know, because it's just like it's something that like it's like a phone app for me. Like when I play a phone game and I see those little in-app purchases where they're like, oh, just pay 99 cents to do this. It's like, okay.
That's not really a gamble though.
It's not like a gamble, but it's like the feeling. That's the feeling I get when I see all the slot machines. I'm like, oh, it's 25 cents. Okay, let's just do it once. Let's just do it again.
I think you should look into that feeling and realize something about yourself, and maybe
I probably should
not focus on gambling ever again.
It's okay. It's only when you're there. But I would like to go back with like friends and stuff instead of family, because nothing wrong with family, but it's just like there's things that I want to do that they don't want to do and stuff. So I rather go with people that all want to do kind of the same thing and kind of more exploring and nature stuff and sightseeing and things like that versus kind of being in like rural areas and shopping and all that stuff.
Cool.
Yeah,
like your mom and sister.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, so it was a lot of fun. What did you do for the holiday?
Well, I just kept it really low-key. I went to Chicago with my stepmom and our kid, and well, kids, oh my god, my brother and sister and her kids. Yeah, we drove 5 hours to Chicago to
I messing up words.
Buy fabric. We went to a fabric store, so that was really, really exciting. I actually have Snapchat videos of how insane I went there because.
Is it like a big place or?
It's huge, 4 stories.
Oh wow!
Well, that's including a basement. But
it's Chicago.
4 levels, and but this place had like vintage stuff, everything. We ended up spending a decent amount of money there.
I mean, if you're driving to Chicago, at least you got.
Yeah, no, that was our intention. And then for New Year, I just kind of played Assassin's Creed for a couple of days. Not straight, but like in intervals. I really devoted some time to playing video games for some reason.
You gotta have leisure activity in your life.
You do. I mean, we're so busy. We're doing so much these days. So I really kind of like.
If anyone young is watching
this holiday,
and you want to grow up real bad, no, you don't. No, you don't. You think you do, but you really don't.
No, you don't. Well, you do because you're gonna want to anyway. But like, slow down if you can. Slow down.
Days like today make you wish you could slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Without going into detail.
So what we wanted to talk about today, I thought it'd be neat to, discuss, what do you do to keep yourself inspired? Because we're all about like film here. We plan on doing like so many segments and that relate to the film industry and performing and all of that stuff. So this kind of
really just watching other artists a lot of the time inspires me. I'll go to some of my favorite YouTube channels and kind of watch what they're posting, and seeing them do stuff and what they're doing kind of inspires me to want to get out and go do it. If I don't have motivation to do something, I'll go watch someone's video, and that'll give me the motivation to be like, I just need to get out there and start doing it. Going out and just kind of getting away from like the city and everything and all the people and stuff, and kind of going places where it's just very quiet and relaxing. The city that
where do you
I don't
go
know.
outside
I feel
of
like
the city, because you live in Michigan where there's like a bunch of little cities everywhere.
I feel like Canton's. I still feel like Canton's still pretty packed of an area. Like I'd rather go out somewhere where you don't really got to go out far, but just somewhere where like you don't have to hear traffic, you don't have to hear people.
Where is somewhere for you?
I don't know.
Okay, so you just drive.
I don't do it really much here, but I'm saying when I do get to go out and leave the city, it's inspiring for me. Like when I went on my trip to the west, and we went to like the Grand Canyon and stuff and places like that. It's just, going to these places out of my comfort zone too, just really helps inspire, and really it's just a lot of experiencing new things and stuff help bring creativity to me personally. Experiencing new things in life and just doing things out of the norm and getting out of just what you do on a daily basis.
Sure. Yeah.
Helps, break that creative
experiences.
Issue.
That's what you draw from. So yeah, that works. Cool.
What about you?
I listen to music. That's really what I do. Whenever I'm just trying to figure something out, or a lot of times my ideas come from when I'm listening on my way to work or away from home from work. I just kind of play like I have an entire playlist dedicated for this movie idea that I have. Well, it's kind of like a concept right now. So, but it's literally titled Movie Inspiration.
Now, is it like artists like actual singing, or is it more like
both.
film sound? Okay, because
no,
for
not
me,
film sounds.
Soundtracks inspire me to write, but like listening to actual like artists like music doesn't get me in like thinking about movie ideas for some reason. Like I have to hear instrumental to really picture ideas in my head. That's where I'll draw my inspiration from. If I'm just listening to the radio in the car or whatever, 95.5 basic stations, hearing those songs, pop songs and stuff doesn't make me doesn't jog my mind into creative.
For me it does. For me, it does because I think about what story could conspire or aspire
from the lyrics.
Not necessarily from the lyrics. It's mostly about the music itself for me. But like usually there is lyrics. You can't I know there's a lot of music out there, and I could really buckle down and only find music without lyrics. But I just tend to find what speaks to me, and I add it to the playlist. So I remember one time you showed me a mood board and what that did for cinematography. The playlist for me is basically a mood board, but only in sound form.
Gotcha.
So, and some of them have meaning. Like I was just thinking about how like I need to change my mindset with it, because what I did was I'd be like, oh, this would be the song that I would use in this movie. But now I'm starting to think, no, this is what I would use to inspire a specific moment in my movie. Like the energy of the song or that kind of thing. Other than that, I have been watching a lot of movies, more movies, especially hanging around with you. I've just realized I've been going to the movies a lot more than I have in the last 4 years. And so just kind of really paying more attention to artists. I don't have a specific, do you have a specific artist that you pay attention to?
Not really. No.
Yeah, you do. You don't have like a favorite director or...
Oh, well, artists. I was thinking you were talking about music, specifically like music.
No, sorry.
I've been doing podcasts a lot, like directors' podcasts with there's some with like Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan, and they do something on YouTube called the Directors Roundtable, where every year they get like 6 directors that are up for Oscars together at a table, and then there's a guy that asks them a bunch of questions and stuff about their filmmaking process and whatnot. And that stuff's really insightful, just to kind of see how they do things, and like, because everyone's process is different when it comes to it, and it sometimes helps open up things for you when you hear somebody else's process and you try to apply it to your own mindset and stuff. But same with the music too, like you said, like I'll pop in film soundtracks, or I'll go to like a music website where they have royalty music that you can purchase for movies, and I'll go through different moods and just click people's tracks that they've made. Not buying them per se, but just listen to what they've created and maybe like see if that inspires any kind of like particular scene in my head. I do that a lot, where I'll picture a scene to music just based off how the music feels. Just imagine a scenario in my head and build a scene off of that.
Do you have any like YouTube artists that kind of do that, or are there any
Film Riot?
Film Riot.
Yeah, they're probably the number one for me. Film Riot and Quarter Digital.
Okay, so then maybe
kind of really inspire me to want to do stuff. Just seeing them do stuff with. Film Riot just came out with a short film. It's like 3 minutes, and it was a run and gun shoot. 10 people on set, 1 actor. Very simple idea, nothing crazy about it, but the way it's executed was just really well, and it just shows you that no matter how small of a crew you have and resources you have, you can make something top notch and Hollywood quality if you put your skills in the right place and
it's all about
writing to your skill set as opposed to writing to something you can't really handle.
It's really all about finding the pathway for your career and what's really gonna showcase you and your talent. I agree with that. I think maybe like is there any like YouTube art people that you do watch that are really related to film that you have lately or anything about? No.
I don't really watch anything not related to film, to be honest, on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yep, everything is entertainment related that I watch essentially. So.
Is entertainment related?
Yeah, like it's either talking about movies, talking about games.
What about that one guy that you were telling me about?
Logan Paul.
Yeah, you said you would watch him.
Yeah, I still consider him film related because that's what he does is make. Technically, they're movies. I mean, they're vlogs, but there's a lot of editing and stuff that goes into that, and filmmaking essentially.
Really, you consider those like part of the film industry?
In a way, yeah. I mean, it's content. It's creation of content.
I suppose I've never looked at it that way. That's unique.
Because when you like, not so much just his vlogs, but I watch a lot of other vloggers too. And when you build a vlog, there's lots of things that go into it creatively, like the transitions they do. There's one specifically that is really cool where they'll have the camera out like this and they'll push it into their chest so the screen goes black, and then they'll go to their next location and they'll pull it out from their chest, and when they edit that, it looks like it goes in and then back out, and they switch locations, but it's seamless, and it's, to me, that's,
So
a way of filmmaking.
With filming with a phone, basically. Because
well,
don't they all use their phone?
DSLRs. A lot of the big ones actually use a full-fledged DSLR.
Well, but what about their Snapchat stuff? And like
maybe Snapchat.
And when they would use like Vine 2's coming out, which is really weird.
Yeah, I think all phone-related stuff, but even Instagram stories now, people will record on DSLRs, edit their Instagram stories, and then upload a minute of it to make them stand out from the basic, just regular phone quality videos, because you can do more with it that way. It's more work, but it's also probably a better gain in terms of you might stand out more than the average person doing.
The quality aspect of it is probably much better, yeah.
It's just weird having to film vertically because that's how Instagram plays video. So if you film regular, you lose all your side of the video because they post stuff in thinner and taller aspect ratio.
So on their DSLR, they have to film vertically?
Or they can film horizontally and just plan. They have to plan their shots out to know that.
Frame.
Exactly, yep.
Okay, that is a lot. I never looked at it that way. That's unique. Well, I mean, yeah. I wonder what like new things this year is going to come out from, just all the styles of how people edit and how people, bring out their style through the media entertainment industry.
So, guys, with it being the year of 2018, what do you hope to strive for this next year?
I want to grow this channel, but I want to finally film a semi-grand idea that I have.
Like short film kind of a thing, or?
Yes. I want to do something out of my brain and finally make it out on a camera, if that makes sense. Because a lot of my stuff has been conceptual. What?
So if you want, I can cut your brain out and put it on the camera.
That would be interesting. That would be something. Exactly what I was going for. Thanks, Peter. That's why you're on. But I want to just finally get because I have been doing that a lot through drag, and I'll talk about it a lot. Sorry, but I've been doing that a lot, and it's been working, and I really love it, and I would like to keep diving into that world and grow there. I will be selfish enough to say that RuPaul's Drag Race is an actual feasible thing for me to at least audition for this year, because it's coming up in May. I think May, April is when the auditions happen. And then I want to, actually do a movie, because I care about myself, Rami. I care about my dreams as an actor, and I want to continue that route, and I've done a really great job in 2017. So, at least emotionally, as an artist.
That ladder.
Yeah.
Invisible ladder.
Yeah. Getting better and better.
Getting better and better.
Go. That way we can look at each other. Truth be told, I agree with you.
if we're gonna segue, we might as well segue then into
Yeah.
what my goals are then for 2018.
Yeah.
And he pretty much just said is to get better and better with every project I do, to see improvement in my skills as an artist.
Because you want to be able to look back at yourself like in a year or so. And,
yeah, I just want to know that all the knowledge and stuff that I'm doing and have done is increasing, and that I'm, because I'm always researching and trying to learn new things. I just want that to show in what I make.
Yeah, because it's good to show that you've technically improved.
Story improved, just
really
improve every aspect of filmmaking. And
I will say that it's important though, to when you feel like you have a good mastery of those skill sets, that you should allow yourself some freedom to not choke yourself if you don't strive to the best that you've already accomplished. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes you fall, but in failure, there's nowhere else to go but up.
Yep.
So.
And then I just want to, I want to get a couple short films done this year, preferably.
Yeah.
And hopefully submit at least one to a festival and get into a festival, no matter big or small. That would be really cool. And I just want to gear up and potentially shoot a feature by 2019. That would be a probable goal.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to get as many shorts as I can done this year and actually work with teams for one. So I do a lot of things, run and gun with a very small crew, like small crew as in like 3 people. 4 people.
Including the actor?
Yeah. So I would like to actually work with a crew of people, of 10 plus people, and start getting into that mindset of working with a crew and having people dedicated to certain departments and doing specific things, because it's really hard to do everything yourself. And it kind of, I think, messes with the creativity of the shoot when you have to focus on so many different things, because you're so worried about all this stuff. So yeah, it's expanding my filmmaking team and just kind of creating.
You want a PA for your shit.
Creating as much as I possibly can. So. Yeah,
that's awesome. What do you think that our goals are? I mean, I know we both know about them, but I just want you to talk about it.
for the channel?
For Cueie. Our Cueie Studios, because we are a YouTube channel, and that is our goal to kind of create this entity through that medium, if that makes sense, to create Cueie through YouTube. But like, in reality, Cueie Studios is a company, and what are our goals? I know
personally for me in 2018, I just want to really just establish and grow the channel and get people to know what Cueie is, and create content for it, and just make it a thing that people watch. I just want, by the end of the year, I just want people to be tuned in and know what Cueie is, and just have a decent amount of people watching our content, so that way we can start delving into places of the company that we want to delve into, but we kind of need an audience and a following before we can really do
we're a team
of that
2, and I think that's a really good goal for you for you to focus on, as well as with me to that's where my focus, part of my focus for me personally, what I want from Cueie is I want to work on the interconnectivity of what Cueie stands for, like what it's going to do on the mode of technology as far as, the app and what that goes. We'll talk about it when it's ready to be talked about, but that is kind of my focus with it, as well as the channel, because ultimately me and you both want this to be a place where we create our masterpiece of works, and we want that for other people. But I also want to connect the indie market. With where we're going politically, with where we're going entertainment-wise. I mean, fucking Disney's is going to be owning everything.
Yep.
Everything that people consume. And with Netflix having a hold that they hold, personally, I mean, I love Netflix, but I kind of believe that there's going to be a point where they, teeter on their morals of what they stand for as a company. So
hopefully not, fingers crossed,
but I definitely think that for me, I want Cueie to be a foothold in there for at least the people like us who just want to create our shit. And we just want to make our art, whether you are a drag queen or a cinematographer wannabe or
wannabe. He calls me a wannabe. You see this hat right here, boys?
We're all directors, please. No, that's truly it. No, that 2018 is definitely the segue from 2017. There you go.
Yeah.
And
it's got to keep the daily grind going. Something that I didn't do very well in 2017, and something that I need to just get on this year. And
I don't know. I think you did pretty well.
Towards the second half of the year, I did, but I really dropped the ball on my YouTube channel, and it kind of was not a good thing to do because I had some traction going there, and I kind of just let that fall, and now I have to kind of get that traction back and get back into the swing of doing creative stuff there. And,
that's right. You do have a personal YouTube channel, right? Yep. Okay. So what about that? Talk about it.
So it's just
Q.
So yeah, my channel is just basically movie reviews, reaction videos, tutorials, just filmmaking, anything to do with filmmaking really. I post some short films on there, but more so it's the main content on that channel currently is movie reviews and reaction videos, but I want to expand that in 2018. So it's going to be a busy year between doing that, doing Cueie stuff, doing films, working, just, a lot of stuff, but you got to stay busy. You got to keep creating, and that's the only way you're really going to better yourself and keep climbing that invisible ladder. Or this would be a staircase, this would be a ladder. You gotta mime it out, man.
Pantomime. It's subjective. We have a lot of inside debates, and a lot of times I will pull out petty remarks that are sarcastic, and he'll just snicker because he knows I got him.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the third Cueie podcast.
Yeah, it was great.
I think we're going to make our regular upload day Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays.
I think we're going to figure that out at a future date, but...
You don't think Wednesdays?
No, because I wrote it on the page for Tuesday, so I think we should stick to Tuesdays.
Okay, then Tuesdays it is, so ignore the last two Wednesday uploads and this Thursday upload.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's what I mean.
We'll try to get on a regular basis, but I mean, at least we're delivering weekly content. That's, I think, the most important
that's what's
thing.
Important right now. We don't have...
Strict date, I don't think
follow us. Subscribe to this.
If you want. You don't have to subscribe, but we would appreciate it.
No, fuck that. Please subscribe if you want to see our content, and... And please check out his YouTube channel too. Support
Peter
him.
Poulos, just my name. Poulos, in case you can't spell it.
Yeah. I have my own. It's Rami Doha. That's I haven't done anything on it. I wish I did, but my focus has been this, so there probably won't be very much on that.
I'm gonna kick his ass into creating stuff. So he's gonna.
I do have a Instagram for my drag account, so that will be linked below. Please go ahead and check it out. Her name is Ruby. That's what I am like when I am all dolled up. And I also will be starting a YouTube channel for her. She already has one, but so also stay tuned for that to see what there's going to go on. So my Rami Doha page will be more popular when I'm a famous actor, So... that's when it'll happen.
An actor.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
all right.
Thanks for checking us out.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
We're just going to keep talking until, you click one of these buttons or...
No, see you guys next week.
Maybe. You might not. I mean, if you look at his other video, he...
I'm gonna cut it right there.
Don't cut it. Don't leave. Subscribe!